Well, we're here in Germany. This is.
Have you met my friends here? I get on really well with them.
I've got a group of Aussies here actually. Yeah, if you look behind you, you'll just about see. I think they're Sleepy and Dopey or whatever of the dwarfs. But he's sitting in front of those. I haven't got a dwarf. I've got Marty Woods. He'll hate me for saying this. A spiritual giant from Australia.
You're right. I hate you for saying
you do
this.
hate me. But Marty, you're now based in Germany. Tell us a little bit of what you're doing here.
Yeah. Well, I work with this Christian youth and community organisation called Fusion, and we have a dream. We have a dream of doing whatever it takes to see the kingdom come. And we started in Australia 50 years ago, and work's sort of growing pretty rapidly over there. But 6 years ago we moved over to Europe, and one of the things we do in Fusion, we work really hard at trying to say, how do we find a way to get into the community? And so we've been, well, perfecting, I don't know if perfecting's the word, but for about 35 years we've been running these festivals where we just build an open crowd, we build a community that warms people to come in, and we actually just try to show people what God's kingdom looks like by putting on an event that's free, that's fun, and it's inclusive. And so, 1 in 5 Australians now have been to our festivals, and during the Sydney Olympics we had 250,000 turn up, and the Greeks saw it, so we were in Greece, and then we went to the World Cup in Germany, and we've been in China last year, and this year we're gearing up for South Africa and then London. So made sense to be in Europe, and well, God's just opened doors that I think we're still wondering what's all this about.
Well, tell us a little bit of what happened actually in Germany for the World Cup.
Yeah. Yes. Every time I think about it, I go, yeah. You ask any German, it was like a moment. It was like a moment for Germany that people had never experienced before. You know, one mate said to me, I understood for the first time what it meant to be a nation. And it was people, I remember before people said, look, Germans just won't get into it. We said, we'll draw the German flag and a face paint. No, they said they won't be in it. Well, they came and apologised afterwards and said, we didn't quite get it right. We were all surprised. And it was like people, I felt for a moment, it was like a nation just was able to throw off the past, and a new Germany emerged. And the rest of the world loved it. I remember in a French newspaper there was, I heard, a translation, and it said that someone wrote, there's this rumour going around that Germans are actually nice people, and I think people saw Germany in a whole new way, and best of all, Germans saw themselves in a new way, and so why we were doing festivals is that in a moment of celebration, we want to help the church to be at the centre of the celebration. For too long the church is at the edge. How do we bring them to the centre? That's what our job is.
And that's what we want to know. How do you bring churches to the centre of the community then? Well, how does that happen in Germany? What are you doing?
Yeah, well, what we're doing is we're just finding a way to go and talk to people, and we have a goal. How do we do it together? You know, we talk about working together, but how does it actually happen at a grassroots? So our job is to find the grassroots people who just love their town, love their city, and want to do whatever it takes to see the kingdom come. And what we do, we bring them together, we have a vision night, and we dream. How can we start? And the first thing, and this is what's been so lovely, this is what the Germans are saying to us, festivals are a key that unlocks it, because it's the churches working together, but they're in the heart of the city, and what they do, they invite the rest of the community to a festival that everyone loves. And so in the city that we live at in Iserlohn, we just keep doing it every few months. We have some ways. We run day trips a lot. Well, actually, should I say that the festival's just the beginning. We're more interested in what happens afterwards. We start running kids club, day trips, a whole range of programs. But festivals are the start. That's what helps us to begin. That's why we're so committed to it.
Fantastic, Marty. Well, that's awesome. We're going to hear more from Marty in future podcasts, but thank you for that introduction.
Cheers.
Thank you.